Männer! Es war ein langer Krieg. Ihr habt tapfer und stolz für euer Vaterland gekämpft. Seid eine besondere Truppe, die ineinander...
Hey everyone, this is the Hydra Hut, and this is Tarot by Zenescope. This is from the Grimm Fairy Tales universe. So, if you guys haven't heard of Zenescope, which if you watch DNC you probably have, he finally just realized what Zenescope is all about. They are the king of cheesecake right now. They're owned by Joe Brusha. He's also the one writing tarot. He writes a lot of the stuff. If you're not familiar with Joe, he's not the greatest writer, but he's a good, engaging writer, and all of the art is usually pretty top form. The covers are always fantastic. These guys are pretty much mastering in the market of cheesecake, so all their covers have variants for the most part. Their Grimm Fairy Tales basically just rewrite famous fairy tale characters like Robin Hood, Freddy Krueger, Jason. They do a lot of gender swapping. Anyway, this is from 2016, so it's not the newest of books, but my LCS is super ecstatic about Zenescope and Top Cow, so they have a lot of their stuff. And of course, while I'm talking about this, we get some people walking along behind me. It's the beauty of doing a car review, is the random strangers that get to listen in. Yep, I'm talking to my phone. You can carry on. Anyway, so let's go ahead and jump inside. Anyway, like I said, writing by Joe Brusha, art by Renato Rei, and inks and colors by Cortes. So, just a quick overview of what tarot is about. The mysterious order of tarot has emerged from the shadows with its sights set on ruling the realms of power. With the courts of swords, cups, wands, and pentacles at its command, the Emperor is ready to launch his assault on the Grimm universe, and the only thing that stands in his way is a wild card named Talisman. Talisman is a guy. He is a... basically just learn about who he is and what's going on. I'll just kind of introduce it as we're going through the story. We get this nice opening scene of a castle in Oz. This is the Court of Pentacles. Basically, you have this dark order, and they're trying to bring back the Dark King and Queen to fill a throne. These thrones. Talisman is the guy who's going to be the king. They haven't specified who his queen is going to be, but we know that Talisman wants nothing to do with it. He was born a slave, but was captured and turned into this soon-to-be king of the Pentacles. They gave him a bunch of tattoos, which he can actually summon the objects into reality and then use them as a weapon. But to do that, he has to tap into his dark arts, and the more he does that, the more he becomes like these guys, the Four. Now, looking at her, you can see pretty good reason why Zenescope is around. So, the Four chase our main guy down. There's a lot of good fights, and then we jump right back into some storyline telling us kind of what's to be expected. We get this Dark Emperor. This guy is Morrigan, which is a woman's name. I don't know why they gave it to a dude. And then the Dark Emperor is that guy there. He's also right here. So he looks exactly like Morrigan, except Morrigan has blue eyes and the Emperor has no eyes. But fortunately, they separate their speech bubbles. So Morrigan has this dark bubble with the white lettering. Emperor has white bubbles with dark lettering. Honestly, that was the only reason I was able to tell them apart at first. I thought the dude was just swapping out his crown. They introduce a lot of characters which you might recognize if you're used to the Grimm universe. If you're not, and this is your first time, they're going to explain who everybody is. You're not going to feel lost out. They only reference past books like once, and that's right here. They reference Robin Hood, which was an annual. For the most part, though, it all stands quite well on its own. Joe does a good job explaining everything, telling you about the story, introducing you. Lots of small foreshadowing and in the art, which is really nice. Also, the characters typically are pretty attractive. The fight scenes are entertaining. The dialogue doesn't drag. plot's alright. This isn't what I would call a 10/10 book, but it is definitely easy to read, enjoyable to read. Lots of good reasons to read it. Some of the stuff is a little kind of, I mean, the books are cheesecake, so some of the stuff's kind of cheesy, but, you know, it's all got a purpose. It's all kind of worthwhile. And all in all, I would definitely recommend this book. The reason I'm just showing you the pictures and not going too much into the story is because all of the story is pretty important, and I don't want to ruin anything with any big spoilers. I will say that you definitely want to read part 1. Don't just skip around and buy a bunch of them. It's a 6-issue run. This one sets up the main plot and a lot of subplots that play into it later on. All the characters that are important are pretty much introduced here, or semi-introduced. Yeah, I highly recommend this. Well, not highly. I definitely recommend it. If you see it, get it. If it's not at your local LCS, you don't really have to hunt it down, but it is a good book. And personally, I like supporting Zenescope. Oh, the variants. Zenescope always does variants. Here's the 6 variants for this issue. If this is anything like Black Sable and Vessel, every issue has 6 variant covers. Usually all by different artists. And they usually do a pretty good job playing into what's happening. As you can see, majority cheesecake, but you also get these nice little, there we go. Nice little manly covers too that you can enjoy. And then there's some more of the books that Zenescope has to offer. Personally, I don't like Robin Hood. I don't think it's very good. Dance of the Dead wasn't bad. Van Helsing versus the Werewolf, that's a Chuck Dixon story. Chuck Dixon's great. I like Chuck Dixon. Black Sable was good. Courier looks cool. Not a big fan of their fairy tale stories. Vessel, this is what I was looking for. It's supposed to be coming in the summer of 2017. It actually still has not come out yet, but Brusha's writing it. Some people I've ever heard of are doing all the other stuff. But anyway, it's about like space pirates. It's going to be freaking cool, I think. So, thanks for watching the review. Sorry it was so short, but, you know, wasn't disappointed in this, so I didn't have anything to bitch about. Thanks for watching. Check it out if you see it. Hail Hydra, baby.